Hi guys and welcome back. It's F1 Clash GP time and we're at the opening round on Saturday of the East Asia event. And before we kick in, do let me know how you're getting on in the event. If you need any help, drop a comment or jump in my Discord below. The link is in there and you too can get some strategy help along the way. So we're continuing the event. We are in our new flag range, our 8,500 flag range. And so far, 318 points, but that won't be for long. There'll be a lot of players in here that will score maximum points, I'm sure. So, with that in mind, let's get into the first race, but let's show you what we're using. We're using Verstappen and Hamilton as normal. And then car-wise, this is the setup that we're going for. So let's go. Race number 1, and it comes from Hungary itself. Let's go. Race number 1, and it's time for a max account. Already, first race in, and on a weekend where we have to score maximum points and there's 10% chance of rain, we get rain and we get a max account. So we're going to be pushed back quite a bit here, and it's going to be very difficult. Look at that, P9 and P10, that's terrible. But we'll have to see what we can do. But it's going to be very tough, I can assure you of that. So Kawhi, we're going to go for. We're going to go on the softs. Verstappen, we're going to go on there as well. We're going to do the tune-in. I think that's the best part to go for these two boosts. We're going to do 4 laps and then 4 again. Let's go. Let's see if we can get off a bad matchup and a wet weather start. The rival had Norris and Hamilton, so they got lucky with the weather. I don't know if it's a real player or not. We'll soon find out. And it is not a real player, I would imagine. But let's just see if we can get some decent points here in Hungary. It's going to be very difficult. But let's just see, shall we? So, we get Verstappen into P8 and, well, Verstappen P9, Hamilton P8. And let's get Hamilton out the way, because what we want to do is we want to have that tune-in ahead. Because tune-in is going to be a lot quicker in the pits than it will be for basically the Kawhi, and that's a bad corner by Hamilton. And we go backwards here. Verstappen trying to go round the outside of Max Verstappen. And we come down into that first corner. Wide move. Everyone sort of blocks together. We're into P7, and we was into P7, but we're now P8. So it's not going to plan already in the GP weekend, but let's not stress about it. It is what it is. And we're going to try, we've got to try and get Verstappen away from Hamilton here. And it looks like the rival's gone. The rival is clear of us at the minute. So it's going to be a rough start for sure as we cross the line for lap 3. And look at Hamilton. Hamilton going up the inside of our Verstappen. And we've got the Mercedes in front of us of George Russell. But there's no way. Look how far the rival's ahead. There's just nothing you can do against that in GP, guys. If you get a matchup like this, it's impossible. So you do our best. We're not going to be anywhere near P1 to P5 this weekend in GP. It's going to be probably a top 20 position, maybe. We'll see. But Verstappen comes down the straight, takes George Russell position, and we'll come back in for some medium tyres and just see if we can get any points whatsoever. But that's tough luck. It's so draining to have a first race like this. But there you go. That's life. And we deal with it one way or another. So Verstappen comes round on lap 4. And he's got medium in front of him. He won't pit. He'll carry on. And Verstappen comes in, needing a quick pit stop with a tune-in. And it's not the best stop, but it works. We're ahead of Verstappen. We're out in P10. Lewis Hamilton, we're glitching a little bit, but out in P14. And Hungary is going to come and bite us in the peach here. Now, can we get past Ricciardo in the McLaren? No, we can't. And there's a few people still to pit. So we can make up some places in this round of pit stops. And we get Ricciardo now. And now we don't get Ricciardo, and we're about to lose a position to Verstappen. But we managed to hold on. And we are down into the first corner. Verstappen goes wide again and nearly loses a position to Max. So Verstappen's not racing for us this weekend by the look of it. Surely you can get Leclerc. No, he can't. And surely you can't even get past a hard running out tyre Leclerc. And this is terrible, as Hamilton up to P10 on that Kawhi. Can Verstappen finally get Leclerc? No. And now he finally gets him over a lap and a half too late. Couple of pit stops though, and we are up to P6 and P7. And now what about Carlos Sainz? Can we move past Sainz, who defends well, still defends against Verstappen, can't get the move done. He does get the move up the inside, and both of us managed to go and get that position. And we are now into P5 and P6 in Hungary, and we're chasing down the McLaren, who's on soft tyres. So these next two cars, very tricky to overtake. What can Max Verstappen do into the first corner? He gives it a go, can't get it done. And what about into this part now? Can we get the move done anywhere soon? He's up the inside. Can he keep it? Oh, he gets pushed out. And it looks like a P5, P6 start to this weekend, as now Hamilton gets through on Verstappen. But never mind, it is what it is. We did our best. P5 and P6 in the very first race. And that's the best we simply could do. Let's go race 2 and let's see if we can pull anything back from this disastrous start. And just for clarification, the reason I say it's pretty much over for me this weekend is the flag range that I am now at. You're going to have 5-6 people max scoring through the whole weekend. So already I know I can't do top work. So we've used Norris in this one. We should have used him probably in the last, but 10% rain, you don't expect rain at that point. So you've got to pick your dry drivers. Usually if it's about 50%, we'll probably use a wet driver. But in this one, I think it was about 30%. We've used Norris. We've kept him in because we may as well. And we've got a dry start. It was a wet qualifying. So a dry start, rain in the middle. So we're going to go split the boosts here. We're going to go Hex Norris and Eagle for Hamilton. So let's get a good start. Hamilton starting P7 and Norris P8. Can we go through the middle or up the inside? Norris has a look, and Norris already between the Mercedes has managed to get himself up to P5. Lewis Hamilton back in P8. So we've made a few positions off. Oh, and that's a great move by Norris up the inside of Hamilton. Caught him napping. He was still on his absolute weekender, and Hamilton has been caught unexpected, as Hamilton ourselves nearly loses another position. So P4 and P9 settling down into lap 1, nearly lap 2. And we're going to do the long strategy. So we've got a minute and a half. So I think Norris is going to do a 4 and a 4. Hamilton might do 5-3. But if we've got some hard tyres, which we have ahead of us, then we'll be looking to probably do a 4-4 on both drivers. We've got Leclerc and Norris both on hards. They'll do 5 laps. So a 4 and a 4, which means with the rain coming in, undercut them. And we're in a great chance of P1 and 2 here. This is probably an absolute perfect scenario to overcome. So let's keep going. We've got 56 seconds till the rain comes in. And Norris doing a good job of holding Lewis Hamilton up at the moment. Obviously Hex is great in the wet, but very usable in the dry as well. Just there's a lot more boosts out there to use. That's why we don't use Hex. Sainz is doing 3 laps up front, so he's going to go to probably a hard tyre, and he's going to be suffering in the rain as well. So we've got a lot of hope here, and we are coming. We're probably going to have to... let's have a look. So Sainz is in. We're not going to overcome Sainz. He'll be coming out of the pits now. He's on mediums, and with rain coming in 17 seconds... let's go, because these means the hards, the second and third, are both going to go long to 5 laps. Sainz is in on mediums now. He's not going to pit. So if we get in and go to wets, we're going to have a whole lap advantage of using wets over the people around us. So we're in a great chance here. And obviously Lewis Hamilton up to P7 as well. So we're in superb chances. And the only thing that can ruin us is probably a safety car. Now, knowing how race 1 went, it's very, very capable that the game will throw me a safety car when we're winning and got some good potential. So here goes Norris. Norris is out ahead of Russell. Hamilton back down in P10, but he's going to come. Look at that. We're the only drivers on wet tyres. We're going to absolutely smash past these. Hamilton goes off the track. Great. And let's go. Let's pick up the pace, because Hamilton will be within 8 seconds of the leader very shortly. Norris into P4. Guys and girls, we have just been ruined by a safety car, because the hard tyres will now pit. We do get Norris into second, and Lewis Hamilton ourselves was about to get up to probably 3 or P4 with undercut, and now we've got a safety car. That's ruined us. I've ruined our strategy, because look at that. The majority ahead are now on wets, and that is going to absolutely kill us in Australia. So let's skip to the end of the safety car lap and bring you the live action. So the safety car light's about to go out, and we'll be racing again, and we're going to be up against it because everybody pretty much on the wet tyres now, apart from about 2 cars. And already Norris is through into P1, Hamilton up the inside into P6, and that is P1 and P6 already. Now the Ferrari's on a dry tyre of Carlos Sainz on the medium, so he should be passed very quickly. It's 100% wet out there, so surely we've got to make a move. What's Leclerc doing in the Ferrari? Why can't he get past? Team orders. And now surely past Sainz we go. No, we're not getting past Sainz. Come on, here we go. So we're up to P5 now with Lewis, and obviously Lewis hasn't got a wet boost on, but he's got grip and he's got tyre management to keep on pushing. Can we make some positions up and do damage limitation? We've been absolutely ruined in race 2 as well. The safety cars cost us an easy 47 points in the end, and we are now going to settle back down to probably 44, 45. As yes, we do get Leclerc, we are into P4. It is 45 points. It's another tough start on race 2. As Norris wins, Norris won comfortably, and we are P4 in Australia. Let's move on. Race 3. Race 3, Italy, Imola, and it's another Max account. So first race was a Max account, second race ruined by a safety car, third race Max account again, and let's see where we qualify. And I've just realised I've made a massive mistake. I've left Lando Norris, my wet driver, in for a dry race. So Norris back in P9, Hamilton up in P4. So that's absolutely killed my qualifying position. We should be P6, P7, maybe P5, P6, but instead we're back in P9. So difficult weekend, and my brain is not functioning either now, because we're costing ourselves by some stupid mistakes. So let's go. Race 3, lights out. Let's go. Let's do it. See what we can recover. And can Hamilton and Norris both get good starts? Hamilton has already, he's into P5, Norris into P8. Can we get anyone into the hairpin? Move on Leclerc would have been nice. Gets pushed out but holds on to P5. And Norris P8. Looking at the boost to use, dead fast gives me the speed, it gives me fuel, gives me slight tyre management to keep on pushing. And Lando Norris on the medium doing a 1-stop. He's on overtaking speed and tyre management to enable me to do a 4-4. So we'll be trying to get past these as quick as we can and see if we can hold and maybe get 47 points. Going to be tough, especially when I've made a mistake, but you can only learn from them. But them first 2 races definitely ruined my brain. So coming on to lap 3, we've got to get past these in front of us, and we've got a good move. Hamilton up the inside of Charles Leclerc after the chicane, and that hard tyre will be absolutely vital to get past now. Surely into turn 1 they are sitting duck, and they are. So we're into P3. We'll be coming back for some mediums, and the reason I'm continuing to push on Hamilton is because we've got the fuel extra, which means we can afford another lap of potential pushing. So Hamilton coming round now, just coming to the pits. We're going to go mediums, we're going to go full boost for 3 laps, and hopefully that will work in our favour. Norris on the mediums has got 1 more lap in him. Ferrari comes in, and we are P6. Can we get into P4 in the first corner? P3? Not quite. Norris just can't get past Hamilton at the moment. What about the hairpin? One of the best overtaking spots. Not quite. So P4, P6 with a few pit stops to come. And can we somehow rescue some more points from the field? Can Norris coming into the pits this lap, so he'll be out and Hamilton continues. So Hamilton into P3 and a great move up the inside of that hard tyre. That hard tyre is going to run out of juice at the end of this lap. So we should be able to make some ground. Hopefully we get ahead of the Ferrari. Not quite. That could have been vital. And now we need to get ahead of the rival with Norris. We're definitely trying to save some points here. And can Norris get Leclerc? He goes to the outside. Can't make it. What about into the chicane as our Hamilton gets into the lead? Nope, nearly go wide. Nearly lose a position to Hamilton. And we're still pushing. Leclerc doesn't pit, but can we get him down the straight? Rival coming out on the hard tyres. We've got to jump the rival. We can. And we get Leclerc. So we're up to P4 now with Norris. And Hamilton coming back in for some soft tyres. Just short of 2 full laps of boost. But he's in. And Norris now in. And we've got another safety car. We've got another safety car. George Russell has stacked it. And now safety car out. 2 laps to go. And the rival's still out there in the lead. And he will be pitting. So we're definitely gaining 1 place. But can we gain another? Let's skip to light out. So here we go. Lap 7. 1 lap to go. The leader, or second place I should say, will peel off to the pits because they've got no tyres left. And Hamilton comes away. But can we get Norris into a lovely P2? Oh, I could have gotten up the inside there. What about into the hairpin? That's the best spot, but we've been done by that corner there, which gave us too far back. Hamilton's away at the front. He's gone. Absolutely see you later. And what about now Norris? Norris wide move there into the corner. And it won't be a P2 finish for Norris. We've done our best in bad conditions with Norris. Bad conditions meaning we used him for a dry race. But it is 46 points in Imola. The last race that you get to see in opening round. We've got a slightly tougher matchup. And I think after we've had a Max account, a safety car, a Max account with a safety car, and now I think we've got a human player. So we couldn't get any more of a difficult opening round 4 races if we tried. We used Norris because of the rain, and we've got a bit of rain to start off as well. But a dry qualifying killed Lando Norris's qualifying position there. And we're going to use Hex, and we're going to actually look at using Star because we're low on tuning. I want to save it for final round. So let's go. Is it a real player? I think it is, just to add to what matters worse. Here we go. We find out now. Lights out. It is a human player, and let's see what we can do. We're P10 now for Norris. Norris making good movement from the start. Back down to P11 though. Good luck to the rival. And now Lewis Hamilton, can he get past Max Verstappen? This would be crucial to secure a 24-point lead. And that is into P1. So Hamilton will cut down. Norris in P9, looking at the back of Max Verstappen's Red Bull, can't make the move. So Hex obviously go-to boost in the wet all the time. Tuning is great. I recommend tuning. But I've only got about 30 left. So I'm not pushing it in opening round. That's why I've used the SAR. And already we're through lap 1 and we've got Norris back in P9. Has another look at Max Verstappen, but can't get the job done. And we are at lap 2 here in Silverstone. And we've got to move up the inside of Max Verstappen. So we're into P8. Effortless by Lando, making up some ground for recent poor results. Hamilton is checked out early up front. He's going to be doing a 4-3. I'm going to be doing a 4-3. A lot of the field should be doing 3 laps and then going for 4. Can we get past Lando Norris though? Goes wide, but we can't get through still. And we're bang on 50% for 4 laps. So we cut down. and we just bide our time just that little bit more. We're stacked right behind Norris, but the field should open up in 3/4 of a lap's time. If you haven't watched my strategy guide for Silverstone in the wet, then you would know exactly what I'm talking about if you have watched it, because a lot of the field are about to jump in the pits. We'll boost Hamilton, and now Norris will boost as well, because here goes the field into the pits, and we carry on. P7 soon to become P3, and let's boost now and see if we can get anywhere near that P2, although that P2 is going to be very difficult to get. The crucial part is here, maybe 46 points would be perfect in the conditions of a higher rival and also a boosted rival as well. So it's been a frustrating afternoon so far, as you can agree, but you can only do what you can do on a Saturday and a Sunday. All you got to do is do your best, and your best will be as good as it gets. If anyone beats you, then there's not a lot else you could have done. So Norris comes out. Can we stay ahead of the Ferrari? We can, and we can boost Hamilton to the end because he's got the tyre management. So he's good to go to the very end. And what about Norris? Norris, we're going to cut down through this section. He can't quite do 3 laps, but with that conserve through there, we'll definitely be able to start getting another full lap. Rivals right behind us. Crucial move on Max Verstappen coming up. Can we get it done? Inside would be lovely. There we go. Rival goes to the outside. Can't get it done. And we now get a couple of seconds gap over the rival, who's on a very powerful tuning, but we are on the powerful Hex as well. So we're all good for now. And we are sitting P1, P3. P2 is absolutely checked out. They're chasing me down in P1. But we might be able to secure a 46-point run here. A best of a bad bunch as we come to start the last lap. Hamilton already away. Norris starting the last lap now. Good gap back to P4 even. And we are absolutely looking at 46 points. Good luck from the rival. It was a great race. We've pushed each other very close. But we are both going to score one 46-pointer and the other 45. I'm sure both people were after 47 points. I know myself was. But in the end, it wasn't to be. So Hamilton wins in Silverstone in his home Grand Prix. Lando Norris comes home for a very creditable 3rd place from P11 on the grid. And the rival back in P4. 44 points for the rival. 46 for myself. Obviously, he couldn't get 45 because I got P1 and P3. So 46 points. Higher team score rival. I think it was. If not, I'm blind. So where does that leave us? 4 races in. You could get 188 points. I'm on 176. 39 in the first race. 45, 46, 46. We're a long way from 47s. But our luck has got to change tomorrow. Hopefully bad matchmaking and play. Hopefully it's good tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one.